Brought to you by the U.S. Army. There's strong, then there's Army strong.
Ricardo the Bully Lamas, born and raised in Chicago, Illinois.
All right, guys, I'm here with UFC fighter Ricardo Lamas, who's half Mexican and he happens to also be half Cuban. I'm Cuban, so tell me about that dynamic. Who's the Mexican side, who's the Cuban side of your family?
My father's Cuban. He was born in Havana, came to the United States in 1963 when he was 23 years old. It was pretty much right after the revolution. My mother's Mexican. She was born in Mexico, but came to the U.S. as a small kid, but would go back and forth. You know, she'd go stay the summers in Mexico with her grandparents and then, you know, come back and help her parents with the rest of the kids.
Chicago, Illinois, Ricardo the Bully Lamas.
You recently fought in the Tough Latin America. It was a landmark event, the first UFC fight in Mexico. So what was that like for you?
It was incredible. Since I got in the UFC, there's always been rumors every year that the UFC might be going to Mexico, so we'd be bugging them every year, oh, is it true, is it true? And then finally, you know, they made the announcement. So we got on the phone right away and we were bugging Sean Shelby to put me on the card. And, you know, he came through for us and put us on. And for me, it was probably the most special fight that I've had to date, just because, you know, my mother is Mexican, I'm half Mexican. I wanted, you know, it's a dream of mine, you know, you go down and fight in the country that your parents are from and learn more about yourself and your culture and where you come from.
Now, you had a great run up to your championship fight with Jose Aldo, and you lost, and now you have to do your road back. You're putting together the dominant wins that you need to get your road back. What's the road back to the championship like, as opposed to when you were first trying to get there? Like, what's your mentality now that you've been there, kind of know what you did wrong, maybe?
It's completely changed, to be honest. You know, the last year of my fighting career, you know, trying to get the title shot, I feel like I wasted a lot of time and energy. You know, I sat out for a while. I didn't fight for a whole year length of time. And now that I've been there, I've experienced it, and I want to get back to it. But now I'm at a different mindset, especially with this last event going down. I was thinking to myself, you know, just look at the opportunities that have been given to you right now. You know, you're going to fight in Mexico on a historic event in the biggest organization in the world for our sport. You know, now is the time for you to enjoy what you're doing and have fun with it. So that's how my mentality has changed, and I'm going to be that way going into every fight now. You know, and if I keep performing the way I have been, the title shot will come back to me.
I want to end off, I want to show you a move. You're a really good wrestler, and you got ground and pound, you got a lot of good power punches, right? Your background is wrestling, right? Did you ever do any traditional martial arts?
I did. I started off with Taekwondo when I was about 10 years old.
Okay, so you might know, this isn't really Taekwondo, this might be a little bit more like Fu Manchu Kung Fu or whatever, but I think that it's effective. Whatever happened to the karate chop, all right? So like, I think that when, you know, you look like you're gonna change levels, you look like you're gonna throw the cross, and just karate chop to the head, you're gonna knock the guy out.
Okay, but to pull off this move, you gotta make the sound effects, you know that, right? It's
okay.
Like, whoosh, and then you get him at the end, you know, you distract him with the theatrics and then flakata right in the neck.
Flakata, he's Cuban. Homie, good luck. I want to see that in your next fight, man. I'm sure you're going to dominate with that. Hey, I want to thank Ricardo Lamas and the UFC for being here. Check this guy out in his next fight and use the karate chop.